Hey guys, back again with another top 10 video. I thought I'd do a few of these while I'm on a roll. So this one is top 10 films I'd like to see released on Blu Ray. Now some of these films are on Blu Ray, but they're in places like Australia or Germany. I want places where I can get them for a good price. It's only about two of them from what I've found. So it's not a big deal, but I want them to be released in America and I'll be able to pick them up for like $8 if, certain ones. So here we go. So number 10 on my list is Surf Ninjas from 1993. So Rob Schneider, and it's about two boys which I think they're normal teenagers, and then they meet their uncle who gave them to the person they were calling their dad to look after them because their family was murdered by an evil Leslie Nielsen who's got a robotic hand with its in water goes like this. And it's a great kids comedy, action adventure, ninja movie where the ninjas wear blue camouflage outfits. It's great. It's a lot of fun. I want it on Blu Ray. I've got the DVD. It only cost me $3. But I'd love a Blu Ray release of it. Please release a Blu Ray. Number 9, Island of Fire, also known as The Prisoner, starring Jackie Chan. It stars Jackie Chan, Sarah Hung and Tony Leung. They're in prison and they're arrested for certain reasons. I don't want to spoil the film in case people haven't seen it. And what happens is they end up in the prison. They all end up getting executed one by one. But then it turns out that there's a bigger plan involved. And it's just a really good movie. I highly enjoyed it. I've watched it since I was a kid. I mean, I've watched it on VHS. I've watched it on Hong Kong Legends DVD. Anybody who knows Hong Kong Legends knows that Hong Kong Legends went out of business and then Cine Asia took over a lot of their releases. So I'd love to see that on Blu Ray because it's another one of those Jackie Chan films, but I'm surprised it's now. Even in Hong Kong, I got a lot of the Hong Kong ones like Fearless Hyena, Young Master. But I'd like to see that on Blu Ray. Will it be on Blu Ray? Let's hope so. Number 8, Panic Room, starring Jodie Foster and a young Kirsten Stewart. About these guys who break in and then Jodie Foster and her child end up in a panic room. It's quite a nice, it's a really good thriller and it's a great film. And I think it's got Jared Leto in it and Forest Whitaker. I haven't seen it in years, but I remember it coming out. I remember watching it. I remember thinking this is a great film. Now, I don't want to buy it on DVD. I want to buy a Blu-ray of it, because I get this feeling. If I buy a DVD, then I'll find out the Blu-ray's coming out. I don't want to do that. Number 7, Cant Buy Me Love from 1987. A great teen romantic comedy about a boy who's technically a nerd or a geek, and he wants to be popular. But he's got his friends who are just as geeky as he is, and then he gets an opportunity by a girl getting stuff spilt on her mum's outfit, and because she can't pay for it, he pays for it, and basically she ends up dating him to get him popular, and then he gets popular, and things start going from there where he ends up treating her bad, and then it's like a life lesson of you got to know who your real friends are, treat your real friends, and don't just basically being popular, everything it seems to be. So I'd like to get that on Blu-ray because even though it's not the best film in the world, it's one of my favourite teen movies. So yeah, Cant Buy Me Love. Number 6, True Lies, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger from 1994 and Jamie Lee Curtis. It's a great action movie. It's got great comedy in it. I love how in it she goes on this adventure with this bloke who she thinks is a secret agent, but it turns out that her husband Arnie is a secret agent. It's just so funny. I love it. It's a great movie. It's got great story. It's a lot of fun, and I want it on Blu-ray. Like I keep saying, I want all these movies on Blu-ray. I could have made a list of 50 movies, but I wanted to make it 10. Number 5, American Samurai, starring Mark Dacascos and David Bradley. Yes, this is one of those movies which is a lot like Mortal Kombat, a lot like Bloodsport, Blood Fight. Where they're in this area, they fight, and it's the first one to the death. There's some great action in this. This was supposed to be the next version, I think, of American Ninja, but American Samurai, because American Ninja was such a great success other than number 5. So I have to admit, I would like to have seen more, but at the same time, I do really enjoy the story because the main guy in it is actually the guy who played Sean in American Ninja 3, 4, and he played Joe in 5, which didn't make any sense. But Dave Bradley was great in this, and Mark Dacascos, again, great martial artist, great skills. I like this movie a lot, and I own the DVD, but I'd like to upgrade to a Blu Ray. Number 4, Very Bad Things from 1998. I love this film. I know it's on Blu-ray in Germany, but it's one of those really dark comedies where it really shines Christian Slater, and Cameron Diaz is great in it, as well as Jon Favreau and others. It's one of those films where you can't forget because it has a hold on you. I remember watching this film when I was a kid and just loving it to bits. I want it on Blu-ray, and I want to see Christian Slater doing his evil deeds in HD in this movie. I love this movie. I haven't seen it in years, so I can't say much about it, but I just remember really, really liking the end and thinking the end was fantastic. Number 3, A Walk to Remember from 2002, so Mandy Moore and Shane West. This movie is another one of those teen movies where the girl is ill and the boy loves her, and he's a bad boy, falls in love with her, and you get this beautiful story about love between two people. I guess it's a lot like A Fault in the Stars now, that just recently come out. But it's one of those films where I just find myself wanting to watch it again, not wanting to buy the DVD, wanting a Blu-ray, wanting to just experience the movie in full HD as it's meant to be. Why haven't we got most of these movies on Blu-ray? Why are they not released? Why do we get stuff like In the Name of the King, which is cheap, low-budget rubbish, come out instead of this stuff, which is gold? So I'm on my final 2 now. Number 2, American Ninja from 1985. Now, I heard a long time ago, American Ninja 1 and 2, The Confrontation, were both coming out on Blu-ray. Now, I don't know when this is actually going to happen or how, because I haven't heard any more updates in like a year. But I'd love this movie to be out on Blu-ray because I am a big fan of this movie. This is probably like my 4th favourite movie in the world, especially as a kid. I love Joe Armstrong. I love the little bold Japanese ninja. I love him. I love Black Star Ninja, who's played by Tadashi. I love Ortega. I just love the whole character. Steve James is great as Curtis. And I really, really want to see this get the treatment it deserves. It's a classic movie. It's one of those movies that, like Missing in Action, Delta Force, Lone Wolf McQuade and so forth, should be out on Blu-ray. Why aren't there more 80s action movies out on Blu-ray? I keep saying it, but it's just amazing. So number 1 on my list. Now, this might shock a few people because this film is probably one of my favourite films of all time. Now, I watched this as a kid with my mum. That doesn't make my mum sound good, does it? And sorry, mum. And it's one of those movies where it's not what you'd expect somebody to go, oh, I want that on Blu-ray. But as far as I know, it's never had a DVD release either. And it's got a quality director in the name of Michael Winner. Made this film. And this film should have been out on DVD or Blu-ray by now. But it was put up on YouTube and it was taken off again by YouTube. And that movie is Scream for Help from 1984, also called Scream for Help, Daddy's Trying to Kill Us. And it's about a young girl whose mum has got with a man. She's married him and he's become her stepdad. Well, she's got this paranoid view that he's trying to kill them. So she stalks him and she follows him when he leaves. Now things start happening, like the car brakes get cut and so forth, which make her believe he wants to kill him even more. Well, she follows him to this place he goes to and sees him having sex with another woman. That woman also has a brother who's in the other room, or as you're supposed to think, who later turns out to be her husband. And they're trying to con the man who's her stepdad, you see. So there's a lot of twists and turns in the movie. One of the things I never understand about the movie is the person that survives at the end is wearing a baseball mitt when he tries to kill her. Don't get that. But brilliant film, and a film I'd love to see on Blu Ray. So that's my top 10 films I'd love to see on Blu Ray. And if you've got any, let me know down below what your top 10 would be, or top 3, or whatever you can think of. Because I'd love to find out, because in today's day and age, and considering Blu-ray's been out for what, 6, 7, nearly 8 years, you'd think they'd have these simple ones out by now. I could have chosen far more complicated ones like the Young and Dangerous collection, which stars Kim Chung and Jordan Chan, which are Chinese, but I don't expect them to be released over. I expect them to be released in Asia. So these movies are films I'd expect to be released over here. So anyway, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Take care. Have a lovely day.